Hello everyone, it's Cynthia here again, and I'm about to be making my supper, which is going to be some homemade macaroni and cheese. And I'm going to cut some chicken breasts that I have right here. I'm going to cut those down into some chicken strips, and I'm going to fry them in some extra virgin olive oil, and then I'm going to also make some green beans on the side. And while I'm waiting, I am going to go ahead and start heating up the water for the noodles. I'm waiting on the garlic to be able to sear up into the olive oil to make my chicken breast. And like I said, I'm going to cut them into chicken strips. And here's the extra virgin olive oil. And again, you just want enough to fry them, so you just kind of want to make sure that you got enough for the bottom. And that's pretty much all you need. Put that out of the way and get that turned up. And seeing that I'm waiting on the garlic to be minced, I will put this about a 2 and let it slowly heat up, and we can put the lids over them to help with the heating process. And when these are ready to go, like I said, I'll be making my homemade macaroni and cheese with the gluten-free elbow noodles, my 2% milk Velveeta, and some butter with my can of cream of chicken soup. And I'm also going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper to that, and that'll be it. And I will show y'all what seasonings I will use on the meat when it comes to that time. And I do have a little bit of milk right here still, so we can make up that with the milk this time around. But the last time it still worked with the butter, like I said. We just replaced what needed to be done with the milk with butter. So that's what we are about to be making. So hopefully y'all enjoy this. And always remember, you're more than welcome to try any recipe I put out here. I just realized that I forgot to tell y'all to turn your water to about a 4 or 5. I'm going to go ahead and do 4. This is even at a 2, but it's already popping. I can hear it. So I'm going to go turn that up to about a 3. And I have my minced garlic that my husband did for me. Put that up in there. You can already hear the sizzle. And I'm going to put my chopping board off to the side because I will be chopping, well, not chopping, but I'll be slicing these chicken into tenders. And wrong board. Use my small spatula to just kind of move these around. I'm going to go ahead and turn these actually back down to about a 1, so that way we can go ahead and get the tenders cut. Let me see this real quick. Alrighty. Let me get this. Trying to open my pack of chicken breasts right now. They are skinless, boneless chicken breasts that I will be cutting down. And you'll see it right here. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of room to work with, so I'm not able to show you on video. But you'll be able to see as soon as I'm done slicing them. Oh, I think I got my finger. Will you go get me a Band-Aid real quick, please? Give me 1 second, everyone. Alright, everybody, I'm back. I accidentally nicked my finger a little bit with the knife. And I just popped myself with grease. So, we're going to go ahead and turn the grease down to a very, very low, because the garlic is ready, and we're going to finish getting our chicken sliced down. Alrighty. Make sure you keep your fingers out of the way of the knife, because the knife is really sharp. There we are. And this is about how I will be slicing each one of them, as y'all can see. And don't worry, I do have that Germex right here. And I'm right next to my sink, so I can wash my hands as soon as I get ready before I move on, and then I can use the Germex also, just for extra if I can. when I need it. And with that being said, I'm going to be putting on some mesquite chicken flavored. See, there we go, the seasoning, and then some lemon pepper. And some paprika. Some garlic and herb, all-purpose. And some original all-purpose seasoning, bold and authentic smoky flavor. Alrighty, put that on there. And then we can go ahead and turn the heat back up to about a 2. And put the seasoned side down. Just like that. And I will show y'all real quickly. Like that, right there. And I'm going to go ahead and season it up a little bit on the other side also. There we go. These are some thick ones, so you want to season both sides so you get enough seasoning and enough flavor. And we are going to cover this back up, and we are going to continue to cut the other ones. Have them nice and ready to go. So go ahead and wipe the other piece of chicken off there real quickly. There we go. And cut it. And cut it. Side and get the next one. I have 5 of them in this pack, and as I'm cutting them, I'm getting about 3 pieces each on them, so that should feed a good amount of people. Piece. And if you see any fat, go ahead and cut that fat off. Just like that fat there that I just cut off of there. That was the cream of chicken. Let's see. Now you can see the chicken's cut up and ready to be seasoned and cooked. Get a fork here. Look how nice that turned out on that side. Now we're going to turn them over and let them cook on the other side. There we are. And we're going to go ahead and get these other ones cut up. Well, not cut up, but seasoned. There's go. We got that whole size seasoned up. Just like that. And let these cook. And let's go ahead and check on the water. It's getting ready to boil. But we're going to let these cook a little bit more. And we're going to go ahead and put it about a 3 now. Now that we got the chicken going. Alright everybody, let's take a look at this chicken here. Oh yeah, look how beautiful that is looking. Go ahead and flip it one more time to make sure that it's nicely cooked. There we are. And this time it don't have to be that long on this side because it's already nicely going through. Which usually means that it's pretty good cooked all the way through. And you can always cut into it just to make sure. And with that being said, let's check our water. And our water looks like it's about ready. So, let's get our gluten-free elbow noodles. This is something that me and my oldest son are allowed to have with our keto diet. There we go. And throw this away. Might actually add that to my burn pile later, but right now I'm putting it over there out of my way. Got my serving spoon, serving, all in one. There we go. Like I said, always stir them so they don't stick together when you get them in there and let them cook. And the chicken is real good, smelling real good. Oh yes, I'm ready to eat already, but we gotta make sure we get them all cooked up. So, yes. Let's see this little piece because I know that little piece is done. I want to try it myself right now. It's hot. That is good, flavorful, and cooked. Yep. Really nicely white. Hopefully y'all can see. Nicely cooked through. And very flavorful. So this is going to be really awesome. Alrighty, I got me a bowl with some napkins up in it. And or paper towels actually. And we're going to stick the chicken in there to help soak up some of that grease. Well, not grease actually, but olive oil. And we are going to put some more on. So, maybe we can put more than 3 on this time around. Yeah, season side down. Just like so. I said season side down, so that way while it's cooking on that side, you can come over and season the other side real quick. And napkin to wipe my fingers real quick. Get some germ mix on there before I grab up my seasoning mix. There we go. And sprinkle your seasonings over. Looks like we might not be able to do this on the other side, but it's okay. This is just a little extra. I wasn't putting much on there anyway. So, our lemon pepper. That was the mesquite chicken, by the way. Our lemon pepper. Our paprika. Our garlic and herb all-purpose. And the original all-purpose seasoning, bold and and authentic smoky flavor. Put that up in there. And we are going to cover that and let it simmer. Or cook on that side. Simmer, cook. Both are the same because that's exactly what that is. That's simmering. And let's get our spoon and stir our noodles. There we are. And while we wait on that, We can go ahead and knock one thing out of our way real quickly. I'm going to move this over here. We can go ahead and start getting our Velveeta cut down. And let me remove this cover real quickly here on this. And as you can see, I was able to put more chicken in this time around. So let me put this lid back over it. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and cut some cheese off of here. Velveeta sometimes don't like to come out of its box, does it? So I just pull that up right there. There we go. There we go. Just open that side and get it out. It's still wrapped anyways. So get that. Get my plate. And right here. And get my knife. Cut a block off about like this right here, and then we'll cut that down. That'll be, of course, for the macaroni and cheese. Push that back up. And put this back in the refrigerator. And I'm going to sit right over here. Hopefully y'all can see me. It might be off into the distance a little bit. But so we're just going to kind of cut them. Doesn't matter how thick because they're going to melt up in the macaroni. Sometimes I will cut them a little thinner. But that's where, like I said, these little blocks come in. The hand. Just cut them into the little square blocks. They'll melt right up on in there. You can cut the square blocks as big or as little as you want. Just do that with these other ones, and then we'll check on the noodles and flip the chicken. Alrighty, now we're going to take the spoon and go ahead and stir the noodles. They are starting to soften and plump up. Once that happens, I will drain them and get the macaroni and noodles done, macaroni and cheese, and get the green beans going. So let's uncover this, and where did I stick my fork down? Up right there with the chicken. And we're going to, again, as you see, that's nice. And we can go ahead and turn this to about a 4. And flip it. Got them all flipped over. Let's place that right back there before I cover that back up. There's the next round of chicken strips that we have, and the water is on the noodles starting to boil nicely. So we are almost ready to get the homemade macaroni and cheese done. And I already opened up the can of green beans. Got some seasoning on the topping here. Got that off of the way. But I do have the green beans in here ready. We'll heat that up and we'll add some butter to that with some salt and pepper. So the chicken is going, and it does taste really good. I wish I could send it through the camera to y'all so y'all could try it, but unfortunately it don't work that way. So y'all would have to try it at home, and you won't, like I said, be ever disappointed. And that is almost ready to drain. Alright, everybody, we are going to go ahead and pull these ones off. They are ready to be pulled. In our bowl with the others. There we are. And again, we're going to take these last few and put them seasoned side down. And here we go. And then you can go ahead and put your cutting board up. Get some of this. Turnips, and get it on the hands. And then we are going to take the lemon pepper and season the back side of these. And the paprika, I'm going to turn that to the side so we can get this done. There we are. Actually, we can do a little bit more. There we go. Some garlic and herbs. The original, bold, and authentic smoky flavor. And then we are going to cover it. And with that being said, let me get my pot holders because our noodles are ready to get drained. So, pull that up right there. Oh, hang on everybody. For some reason, my wrist is starting to hurt. So let me see if I can get my husband to help. And like I said, he doesn't like to be shown on camera. Alrighty, now we got that drained. So we're going to take this and cut it down. Yes, I use this for my cheese. It's alright. Just going in here anyways. There we are. Cut about half the stick down. And put the rest of this up for later on for another meal. I already got a half a stick pulled out for my green beans. Put that up. Then we're going to take our can of cream of chicken. And yes, it can make a mess a little bit. Not too bad though. Our mix. And then we're going to put the cheese up in there. Hopefully I can get this started without my wrist hurting too bad. I'm going to stir that. Oh, can't forget the milk. Put some milk up in there. And then we're going to stir that together. And I did turn it down. I'm going to put it back up to about a 2. Turned it down so long while that was getting drained. Now I got it about a 2. So we don't want it to burn to the bottom, but we do want it to melt the cheese. There we are. And as you can see, the cheese is still in there, a little chunky in a few spots. And we're about to flip our chicken. And we're going to go ahead and cover our mac and cheese. Chicken flipped. we go. And we just flipped the last little batch. So when these are done, I can, and the macaroni is done, I can get the green beans cooked, and it won't take long for the green beans. So and I'm going to go ahead and turn this up a little bit, and then I'm going to just stand here and kind of stir it for a few minutes. Help it melt a little bit quicker, which I did about a 5, which ain't heating it up that quickly because it has to heat right back up. So we got the mac and cheese ready. Now we're going to move that to the side here. Go ahead and remove the spoon for now. Get this placed off to the side. Try not to use that wrist too much. Alrighty, and now we are going to take our green beans, and I have this up to a high, which is max. And we're just going to throw this butter up in there like it is. It'll melt as it heats up and starts to bubble. Put our little bit of salt up in there. And a little bit of pepper, because these green beans had no salt added. So we can add a little bit. Just another spoon to stir that. Going up in there a little bit. And if you want, you can still also mash it down. It'll still melt by the time it starts to boil. So I'm gonna go ahead and crush it a little bit up in there. There we go. Alrighty. There we go. And now I'm going to put the lid on it for now. And we're going to let these heat up and let this simmer a little bit longer. Okay, I'm going to move these around, and I'm going to turn this one to a 4 where this one's at, and turn this one to a max. This one over to this other side because they pretty much are ready, and we need this to be on the bigger one to help heat it up a little bit quicker. And in fact, we can turn this one off and just let it finish simmering the way it is. As you can hear that, it's simmering very nicely. So we can just let that simmer for a few more minutes and while this heats up. Alrighty, everybody, we're going to pull these last ones off. They're nicely done. And ready to eat. And the green beans are nice and hot enough to go. The butter is nicely melted. It's not bubbling, but it is hot. And as y'all can see, the green beans don't have the butter chunks anymore. So it's time for me to eat, but before I do, let me show y'all what it's going to look like all together on the plate. There's your homemade mac and cheese. Put some chicken strips on there. Corn on the green beans on there, and there you have it, homemade macaroni, chicken strips, and green beans. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and don't forget to hit the bell notification so that way you will be notified by the upcoming videos. And I'll see you in the next video.